Hello, everybody. It's episode 191 of Husband and Wife Sentenced to Life, the podcast. Simon here, Laura over there.
Hello.
Can we say that we're stressing a bit?
Yeah.
It's Easter weekend, and Honey's here from university.
Yeah.
Your mum's on her way up on a train as we speak. Honey's gone to meet your mum off the train. We're going to the Globe tonight to watch Romeo and Juliet, the Shakespeare's Globe thing.
Yeah.
Start with a hypothetical question.
Okay.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of feedback on the balls on the face.
Was there?
Yeah.
You surprised me. All right, today's, it's sex, but it's not dirty sex.
Right.
Disappointed?
No.
Would you have no sex for 2 years for £1 million?
Yeah. I know you're surprised at my answer, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it.
No.
I mean, we're on a dry patch at the minute for a couple of days because, as I said, the kids are here, your mum's coming up, you know what I mean? Time and space are at a premium.
Yeah.
But that's no intimacy at all for 2 years.
It didn't say no intimacy.
Right. No physicals.
Cuddles?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd do it, definitely, for £1 million. I think it would put a strain on the relationship not having any physical contact.
Because I worked out the maths here,
Yeah.
and for the amount of sex you would want in 2 years, you'd be missing out on 356 shags.
Yeah.
The amount of sex we have, or whatever, we would miss out on 104. That's the twice a week for 2 years.
Yeah, that's not that much.
But 2 years a long time.
It is. But like I say, I think it's more about how it would have the effect on the actual relationship. Because I think if you...
I think I could be all right.
But I mean, if there's no physical contact, if there's no cuddles, if you're not sleeping in the same bed, if you're not like being affectionate, I think affection is important in a
£1
relationship.
million.
I know. I'm saying I'd take the million, but I'm saying I think it... Yeah.
What's the least you'd do? I'm thinking about paying you.
Let's move on.
Okay. That's the hypothetical question out of the way.
That was tame for you, yeah.
It's pretty all right. It's a hypothetical. It's a good one. They don't always have to be me
Good.
dying and losing a body part. Want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Betsy Pearl, our youngest, she's 11, be 12 in the middle of the year, and she's starting to really pressure us. We still take her all the way into school. It's London. She's never been. Even our older kids, not very experienced in the ways of a city after living in Dubai, living in the dome that is Dubai. But now Betsy is at a school in London.
Yeah.
And we have to get 2 tubes to take her there. And then off the second tube, we walk her in.
The walk in itself, I actually think scares me more, because what people don't understand is in Dubai, you don't walk anywhere. You drive everywhere. Even the bits you do walk are kind of in secured areas, aren't they? So there's not much traffic. You don't very often walk very far.
People think I'm joking when I said it, but our kids, when they left school, Leo and Honey, when they were at school leaving age, I would be surprised if they'd crossed 20 roads in their lifetime. They hardly ever went across the road to the park. We had a park opposite side of the road.
So it's not just about the fact that they've never used public transport. It's about the fact that looking left and right. You just taught those rules, aren't you?
You got the Green Cross Code, man?
Yeah.
We've spent 6 months taking Betsy Pearl into school. There aren't many parents, even in Betsy's year, who still walk the kids all the way into school.
Yeah.
So she started giving us a bit of earache.
Yeah.
Just recently. I mean, she's been pressuring us for months, but just recently she's turned it up.
Yeah.
So we've started, we'd walk her so far and let her cross a couple of the roads, dodgy roads though.
Yeah.
More recently, she's been meeting a friend. So we take her all the way on the second train, but she meets a friend at the station and walks in.
Yeah.
And then in the last few days, she's got the first train. So she's met her at I leave her at the halfway point in the morning.
Yeah.
So she gets the second train and does the walk on her own. And you pick her up in the same spot.
On the way home, yeah.
So she walks to the station, gets the first train, and you meet her.
Yeah.
We're now considering whether we just walk her up to the station in the morning and meet her up there in the afternoon. Now it's getting lighter, of course.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about it in the winter. Definitely, it's a different feeling when it's dark. I mean, I get scared walking alone in the dark.
So I guess the question I'm putting out there is, this is London.
Yeah.
It's a big place.
Yeah.
One of the biggest cities on earth. A lot of trouble. You can't let your life be led by that.
Yeah.
I feel like you've still got to live your life, or you're constantly going to live in a cage of your own making, a prison of your own making. So the question is, when is the right age to let your kids go to school on their own in a big city where they've got to catch trains and they've got to cross busy roads? Central London.
Well, I've heard stories of kids doing it from when they were about 6, 7. You know, it's weird. And obviously it's different nowadays. I think people are a lot more...
You used to be able to leave your back door open.
Yeah, exactly. All that stuff. But she is one of the few. Nobody, I would say, in the older years has parents there. So I get it. It's senior school. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you drop your kids off at school at secondary school. They want you to park not in front of the school. No. Just stop here. I'll walk the rest of the way.
When I drive her into school, we have the radio on. She has her songs on, whatever, Spotify. Yeah. We get about a block away and she turns everything off.
Volume down, window
up. And I'm like,
yeah.
Can you hear the music in anybody else's cars? They can't hear the music in your car.
Well.
She literally jumps out the car while it's moving. Any second longer, like if she has to get a bag out of the back, oh my God, the back's locked. Can you unlock the back? She's in a right panic. And there's nobody there, by the way. It's not like there's a crowd of kids all laughing and pointing. There's nobody there.
They don't care. They actually don't care.
But I did some research.
Yep, go on.
And I said, like, London, tubes, what age? 11 years old seems to be the age.
Okay.
So I think we timed it just right, really.
Yeah.
But it's saying, like, with buses and things like that, people are putting the kids on buses at 6, 7 years old, which is crazy.
It's the if. What would you do if this happened?
Random things happen on the tube, as in... They'll just announce, oh, we're not stopping at this stop. So what I want to do is I want to make her get the train to the next stop and get a train back a stop on her own to make sure she knows how to do it.
And it's just being aware. Like, I felt uncomfortable certain times, and it's whether you get off the train and wait for the next one, whether you move seats, it's things like that.
Before we move on, you want to do a Stephen Bartlett Diary of a CEO type plug to get people to like and subscribe to us. You came to me with this the other day. Tell me, do your heartfelt plea.
I'm not the right one to do this.
No, you've got to do it.
No, I'll do it, but I don't know what I'm saying here.
Well, the key points are for people to like and subscribe, so do what you're doing.
Please like and subscribe.
No, I'm not asking you to do it in a voiceover.
No.
Say what he says, because you told me what he says.
Right. So, obviously, the more listeners we have, the more likes and the more subscribers we have, the better our podcast becomes, the more popular it becomes, and just by you liking and subscribing, you're helping us out a lot. Now,
don't just ignore that if you're listening.
Yeah.
It's dead easy. On Spotify, it's just a click. On Apple, it's just a click. Give us a 5 stars and leave us a review.
I know how annoying it is to get, like, when someone posts, I'm doing Avon on...
No, because this is not that.
No.
And we're not saying it to make money, by the way.
I know how annoying it is getting those things, but we're not you don't suddenly get a load of emails or anything like that. It's literally just be really nice to help us bump up in the charts.
The amount of people who message us and tell us they love the podcast. Oh, you two are hilarious. We love listening. I listen every time. My friends listen. We listen to it in car. Well, give us a 5 star and leave us a review if you're on Apple.
Yeah.
Just a few nice words. That's fine. That's all you got to do. Tell your friends about the bloody podcast as well. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Right, we've talked about it for long enough.
Thank you.
Now, you've had some trauma recently.
Yes.
And you still have the scars to show.
I will not get the scars out.
Do you want to tell people where the scars are?
On my boobies. What?
And they're right near ground zero as well. We've asked people to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
I just think more people would do it.
And more people would like and subscribe.
Why don't we both...
If I show my scars.
Why don't we both just do this for like a second, see if it bumps figures?
Yeah.
No, so you've got a little scar. Do you want to tell everybody how it happened?
For Christmas, Betsy got a hot water bottle, a really long one, like a sausage dog.
I said it reminded me of the old draft excluders, which everyone seemed to have in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. You know, you put them under your door.
Yeah, my nan and granddad had one of those.
Like long dogs.
I loved them.
We need them.
Don't know why. They're so simple, but I loved them.
So we have got a hot water bottle that's 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Rubber inside. On the outside, it looks like a furry dog.
I have the fear when I fill up a normal shaped hot water bottle anyway. I always ask you to do it because I have that fear.
And I'm terrified. There were stories when I was a kid. You know, at night time there was the public information films, and it was hot water bottles. It was leaving anything plugged in,
electric blankets,
stubbing your fags out because everybody smokes, you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, electric blankets were a big one. Leaving that little gas fire on with the bars.
Yeah.
But you've been a bit cold lately. It's so annoying when you ask me to do it.
I hate that feeling of when you get into bed and it's cold. Our upstairs seems to be quite cold at night. And my dad had said, what I do is I put that long hot water bottle and I put it in my bed.
He preps the bed.
So I thought, great, I'm going to start doing that.
When we go to bed, you get Betsy up to bed. I take Charlie for a walk last thing at night. Be that 9 o'clock or midnight, I always take him out for a walk. And when I come back, you've left the 3-foot dog next to the kettle.
The kettle's boiled.
Yeah, and it's just there.
Ready, yeah.
And woe betide me if I come upstairs without it. So I have to stand there, risking life and limb, pouring. And by the way, it takes more than a kettle.
And so it's heavy. It's long, it's heavy, and you're pouring the boiling hot water into it.
And I have got the most sensitive feet and hands in the
Yes,
world, as
you
people
do.
are fully aware. So the other night, you decided to take it upon yourself.
Yeah, well, you went off for your walk, and I thought, okay, I'll do it. Now, it was kind of bent at almost like a right angle.
This is your schoolgirl error.
Yeah.
You had half the dog on the side in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there was a crease in it, a kink.
Yeah.
And this had happened to me a few nights before, but I'd not mentioned it to you because I never thought you would be doing it. Take the story from there. So you started filling.
I'd filled it, and then, obviously it got to the top, and so I went to straighten it so that the water that was in the top half went to the bottom half, yeah? So I straightened it. As I straightened it, what it did was explode.
So the bum part fell off.
Yeah.
And that, because that's got air in it,
Yeah.
as it fell, it caused what are they called? Geysers? You know them things that come up out of the earth?
A volcanic eruption,
It caused an eruption
Yeah.
of molten hot kettle water.
Yeah, it literally had just boiled. Now, it went all over my arm and hand and then all over my boobs. And I had the clothes on. I wasn't stood in the kitchen naked. I had clothes on, so it had gone through my clothes.
Really?
I was just stunned, and then it kept on coming, and to the point where in the end I just threw it on the floor. So there was boiling hot water all over the floor because I think I was so shocked. I don't know if it burns almost take a few minutes to set in. It's
I hate getting burnt. Burns are the worst.
Well, then I realised how serious it was, and I thought, I think I'm going to have to go to hospital here because I am going to be blistered like all over my chest and all over my arm, to the point where throughout the night it was burning so much that I had to keep putting my hand in like cold water.
Well, I brought the sink bowl upstairs with cold water in, and every 2 minutes you were in and out.
Oh my God. But obviously
You never dipped your boobs in
I never
it.
dipped my boobs in, no. So I didn't think about that. And I did keep putting the cold flannel. But anyway, now I've got like a sunglasses shaped.
Like a tiny little pair of, like a mouse sunglasses.
A bit bigger than a mouse.
And the little mouse's nose underneath it. So,
but no, you're not getting a picture of it.
I don't want to go into too fine a detail here, but as I said, we've had not much time together. We haven't had the £1 million offer.
No.
But I've not seen him for a few days.
You've not seen him since, no.
So, I mean, if I keep the camera on me for now, could you show me and so I can report back?
No, but they're starting to like blister a little. So,
ooh.
Yeah, no, it's.
Can we let me know when it gets to the yellow pus stage? Because I'll be interested in having a look then. Moving on.
Yeah.
This could have led to a divorce. This is a crazy story, what we're going to tell you. It's really quite boring, but it's still crazy.
I think it's one of those things that happens to everybody.
And when it happens in your relationship, it drives a wedge. You said to me, apropos of nothing, have you seen the bread knife? I've looked everywhere. Now, the only place the bread knife goes is out the drawer, cut some bread, cut a sandwich in half, in the sink or in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it could have possibly gone in the bin, but
I say no.
I know that neither of us would have done that.
Well, didn't have that opinion when we talked about it, did you? Because when the knives literally came out.
I knew it had gone missing for a couple of days because I kept looking for it. I was like, where is that knife?
But when you said that to me, I'd only used it the day before. So I'm like, I made a sandwich yesterday. So we're already at each other.
Yeah.
I know you will have done a thorough search.
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it, where the husband or the kids go, have you seen my such and such? And then the mum comes up and they goes, what, this?
Yeah.
There.
Perhaps if you tied it up once in a while.
Yeah, but the mums always put their hand straight on it. It's just.
But I knew this time, and I knew the scales of justice would be coming down on my side.
No, but it wasn't that. I wasn't blaming you at all. It was just the mystery. I had looked in the dishwasher, and we've got like little shelves in the dishwasher where the knives go. I even took the trays out of the dishwasher to make sure it hadn't fallen off and it was somehow trapped in the bottom of the dishwasher. I looked at the top of the dishwasher, somehow thinking
It said magnetised.
I don't know, but I gave the dishwasher a thorough going
All right,
through.
we get it. You looked everywhere.
I pulled the cutlery drawer, literally everything.
Then I did the same.
Yeah,
And I pulled the oven out
yeah,
because it could have fell down the back of
Yeah.
the oven. It couldn't have fell down the back of the oven, but I still looked down the
Yeah.
back of the oven. And then I looked everywhere you've already looked.
yeah.
And I'm like, she's just missed it.
And I know I'm at the age where I'm, put keys in the microwave or whatever.
Yeah, pick the wrong baby up at hospital.
Yeah,
All that sort
I
of
know
stuff.
I'm not getting to
I
that
get
point.
on. I see a woman who looks like you from behind. I give her a little squeeze on bum. I get sent, community service. A few days pass.
Yeah.
You can't live without a bread knife.
No.
You can try and cut with other knives.
Yeah.
You're onto a false economy.
Mm-hmm.
So we pop across to Asda. We're in Asda.
Yeah.
You say, go and find another knife.
Yeah.
They don't sell single knives.
No, not bread knives. Yeah.
They should.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could go to a specialised shop,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we're in Asda.
Yeah.
So I buy the cheapest set of full knives.
Yeah. They're rubbish.
They are the worst knives.
They are
I
rubbish.
wouldn't buy them to go camping to chuck in the bin.
No, they are rubbish.
I get them home. I'm angry, secretly angry. I don't tell you. I'm like, I can't keep using this fucking knife. It's the
I don't
worst
get
knife.
that, by the way, how knives can be so different.
Oh, there's ways. Anyway, how long passed? A week?
We'd had the new set. You obviously used them. I'd used them.
Yeah, in this
Both
time, the
person
dishwasher's been used, the sink's
Yeah.
been used, everything's been used.
Yeah. I was in the kitchen and I went, "You are effing kidding me."
That's right. You're right. So you said
that's
that.
what I shouted. Betsy heard me upstairs.
Right.
She-
At that point,
Yeah.
the arse fell out of my world.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here
Yeah.
doing my work
Yeah.
and I'm thinking,
What's happened?
what have I done wrong?
Ah.
I've got no secret stash of chocolate at the minute. There's nothing on my internet history that's subversive.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I've done wrong. But when you're married
Yeah.
and you've been married a while,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't know what you've done wrong.
No.
So that brief period there was like the Matrix slow motion.
Yeah. Oh, what have I done?
You come in,
I come in and I'm like that round your neck. I'm like,
look.
then I accuse you. I'm like, did you plant this there? Has this been a joke the whole time? Have you literally just been having me on? And you're like, why would we have bought a new set of knives?
Yeah, at the minute when I'm not spending a penny I don't need to spend, why would I do a joke and then buy a full set of knives?
But it was just there. It was just laying there
Where?
in the top tray of the dishwasher, not hidden, not on one of the little shelves, just there. You cannot miss it. It's just there. And I'm like, you've looked so many times. I'd looked so many times. Where the hell did that knife come from? I am still absolutely baffled. Like it was just there.
Right, now your mum's coming up today.
Yeah.
In fact, she'll be almost in London now.
Yeah.
Don't tell her about this because she'll turn it into a fucking ghost story.
Well,
Oh, you remember that time there was the floating cigar?
little things cross my mind because,
Don't tell me you went down the ghost route.
well, what other explanation is there?
We've not got a cutlery poltergeist.
What? Why? They might have had
Why?
bread to cut. You don't know. I don't know I can't see any other explanation. Certain things that we've had in this house have just disappeared.
Numerous chocolate bars, crisps,
Yeah.
coffee sachets.
Yeah. It's always my last one as well that seems to disappear.
Yeah, sausages. Right. Let's move on to the ick.
Okay.
Would you like to know the origin of the ick?
Go on.
Because you would think the way that the Gen Z, are they Gen Z? Like our kids?
Yeah.
The Gen Zers have claimed the ick. I think
Well, it's one of the Love Island words. It's one of the
Yes, it
listed
is.
words, but I don't know if they did bring it.
It was first used
Yeah.
in 1999 in Ally McBeal.
Oh,
What do you think of that?
that's quite cool.
So it's our word.
Yeah.
It's a Gen X word.
So
Not even millennials.
So when we say it, the kids can't look at us and go,
Oh, what are you saying ick for? What are you saying ick for?
you're so uncool.
What are you saying ick for, brah?
What's it Betsy keeps saying?
Bruh?
Blood.
What are you saying ick for, blood? Shut up.
I hate it. I hate it when I hear it. When she's talking to Honey, yeah, blood. Yeah, blood.
She gets worse when Honey comes home. They start using more parlance.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
that's the origin of the ick.
We sounded cool then.
I don't think we did. Because I put these on TikTok. You know, when we make promos, I put
Yeah.
promos on TikTok. Think we might be losing the TikTok generation with that conversation. Fuck them.
What's TikTok? A clock?
I've got a bunch of icks.
Just do one.
I'll give you two.
Go on.
Men not wearing socks with shoes.
Depends what. If it's trainers, I quite like it, but I don't like seeing it.
Like a boat shoe, a loafer.
It's not so bad. I do not like it with normal shoes. When you see men in tight jeans,
Oh, the estate
the
agent.
polo, yes, the estate agent, the polo shirt and the no socks with shoes, that gives me the ick. That's not a look I go for at all.
Let me give you a woman one.
Go on.
Here's an ick. Middle-aged women still fangirling the boy band they lady fapped over in the 90s. Do I need to explain fangirling or lady fapping?
Lady fapping? No. I was a Take That fan.
Yes, you were.
I was like big into them
You went to Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
You made an apron for Robbie.
and
you did
Robbie,
all sorts of
well, I
mental
didn't make
stuff.
it for Robbie because Robbie was my least favourite. So I had my order. I had my order of
Which order you would? Give us the order quickly.
Gary, Mark, Jason, Howard, Robbie.
So Gary's the one you would have most.
Gary was always.
You know what I love about that is he's the one I gave you most FaceTime with.
Well, the funny thing is, everyone else always fancied Mark and Robbie. They were the two popular ones, but Robbie was my least favourite for many reasons, and Gary was always my favourite. But yes, Gary's the one we've met the most. But for years, I would queue up for hours to get to see them. And
Which, as a teenage girl, exactly what you're supposed
Yeah.
to be doing. When you're not supposed to be doing that is when you're a 45-year-old woman.
like a lot of my friends that were in to Take That around the same time as me, they still go crazy for them. Like they're following them all the time. But I'm not like that.
So I didn't realise this
Yeah.
until Gary came out to Dubai.
Yeah.
And we got to spend quite a bit of time with him.
Yeah.
And because I was doing a lot of socials with him, you brought Betsy Pearl into the studio as a little baby. We hung out with him at his concert and stuff like that. And it was on my socials. I suddenly got all these women followers. And they're all called stuff like TT Sharon and Vata Ange.
The TT is
Yeah, the
upside
TT,
down.
yeah, from the Take That logo. I couldn't believe how mental they were.
Yeah. And whilst I think it's a bit cringy, I actually think Take That, as in the three that are remaining, appreciate the fact that
Well, they know which side the bread busted on.
Yeah, but they don't take the mickey out of them. They appreciate that they're still with them. They've got a new single coming out, so I had a little listen to it. But I don't have that thing where I want to go and camp on their doorstep.
Has your order changed over the years?
Well, Robbie's still definitely the bottom. I can't. No,
Mark's got to have slipped. He looks like an old...
do you know what? I think
He's got a face like... he was the cute little one.
Yeah.
He's got a moustache, long hair and a face like
I
a ball
really
bag.
love Howard. I do really love Howard now. And obviously Jason's sort of disappeared. So
Mysterious.
I would say it's probably Gary, Howard,
Still
Mark.
keeping Gary at top. I've gone off Gary a bit.
No, I know, but it was always my heartthrob. Like he was,
Well, that'll do for the... do you agree with me, middle-aged women totally fangirling?
I don't like it when we've been to musicals and then you walk past the stage
But
door.
they're the same women.
Yeah, no, and they've got the full gear on.
Yeah.
They've got the t-shirts,
The hoodie.
sun visors, the program, and then they're all in the outfit. No, I think it's all right for Betsy to be doing that, but do I want to see 45-year-old women doing it? No, I don't.
And they just look sad.
And they know the production team.
Yeah.
Hi, Dave. You're right, Dave. That's a bit much, yeah.
So let's move on to reviews very quickly because we've got to finish up.
Yep.
Josh Must Win. Very quickly, you found this one.
Yeah, well, it was just a new reality show. It's only on for 2 weeks. Basically, it's a group of...
Reality twats.
Yeah, sort of young 20s.
Laura, I think I've summed it up perfectly. They are reality twats.
Yeah.
The guys all look like balloons. They've all been pumped up. The girls all look like they've been pumped up in a different direction.
Yeah.
They're all wearing next to nothing.
Yeah.
None of the guys are wearing socks. A smattering of gay guys with perfect eyebrows.
A lot of fake tan.
And then right in the middle
is this guy called Josh who has got lovely curly hair, glasses, shorter, not buff, not fake tan.
he is your prototype nerd.
Yeah.
If you put him alongside everyone else wants to be a reality TV Love Island star, orange tans, perfectly white teeth, massive tits, massive muscles, and then this little guy with a Leo Sayer hair, paedophile glasses.
He does look like a young Leo Sayer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea is these 4 celebs that are behind cameras, that the contestants don't know that they are in a different game show. They all think it's called The Favourite, where they have to become the winner at the end. So they vote off somebody each day. So basically it's who's the most popular kid at school kind of thing.
So the guy who they've put in, Josh, is obviously instantly the least popular because he's not one of the gang.
Yeah, he finds it a bit more awkward. He's not out there like, look at me. So the idea is the celebs have to make him win the overall game. So there's two different games running alongside, if you like, and it's about getting to know the real person. I think
it's hard telly to watch because it's semi-awful because the people in it, the judges are for the most part reality TV stars.
Yeah.
They're all a nightmare. And then the people who are in the programme are absolute twants.
Yes.
I cannot stand people like
Yeah.
that. But watching this kid survive in this situation, listen, it's great telly. Channel 4, Josh must win. We've watched the first 3. They're all on catch-up at the minute. Get it watched. Interior Design Masters is back.
Yeah.
This is on the BBC, is it?
Yeah.
Alan Carr fronts it. I can't remember the name of the woman who's the expert. She's been in it for years. Michelle, is it?
Yeah,
With the
Michelle.
Fringe. Again, a bunch of people all wanting to be interior designers, and they give them a different challenge each week.
It's a bit like your Bake Off, your pottery.
There are always a couple of quirky people. I almost said queer. I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
There's almost, I mean, this programme, 90%. There's always a couple of quirky ones in Big Brother, in Bake Off, in the sewing, in the pottery. In this one, it is 100% quirk.
Yes.
There's a guy who dresses like Alice in Wonderland. He's got a big beard. I don't know where he's from. Is he Turkish or
Spanish?
Spanish?
Like Tweedledee and Tweedledum because he's got these little tiny dungarees on, and then
He wears
a little hat.
What do you call it? A pinny? What they wore in Victorian times?
Yeah. Sometimes he wears
like a
full-on
French
pinny.
maid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, his face looks like Bluto. His big beard.
Yeah.
And they talk like that. I'm so happy, Alan, this week. I don't know if I'm allowed to do the accent. There's a woman who dresses, again, like a Victorian baby doll. She's one of the most annoying women on earth. And when they do the flashback, to her husband, and they show you their house, which is done up like a dog's dinner.
Yeah.
Her husband looks like Weird Al Yankovic, but 22 years old. He's got a big tash, paedophile glasses, bad perm. I can't believe perms are back in. Interior Design Masters is
great.
fantastic
It is great.
telly. It's been on for ages. If you've never watched it, get it on catch up. BBC.
And I'm not into interior designs, but I love it.
I love it. It's one. I hate that we don't have our own house to paint and do up.
Yeah.
Finally, yesterday we went to see the new Ghostbusters film, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
The old Ghostbusters are in it. Paul Rudd's in it. I love the Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah.
I loved Ghostbusters 1 and 2, the originals. I loved Lady Ghostbusters, which they did. It weren't called that, but that's how we refer to it. Then they did the last one, which had the kid from Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
And it was like in the countryside. And it was Egon Spengler's family. He's the one who died in real life. And it was all right, but it didn't have that big city feel
Yeah.
that Ghostbusters did in New
Well, this
York.
one was back in the city, back at the main Ghostbusters
in the
hub.
firehouse.
Yeah. And it had all the old Ghostbusters in.
It's even had the bad guy mayor from the original film.
Even with all that, I've got to say, I thought it was quite boring.
And I have to agree.
It didn't. You'd expect, because it's got all the old ones in it, you'd have that thing where you go, oh.
But they've already done that.
Yeah, and it just.
They did that in Lady Ghostbusters, and they did it in the last Ghostbusters.
Nobody was bad. Everyone was all right, but I don't know if the storyline just didn't cut it. And it had James Acaster, and I don't know how I feel about him.
I wanted him to be better than he was. He was all right. But
I love him. But just overall, I didn't think it was that great.
Okay, we're going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Because we've got stuff to do. Thanks for
Remember,
listening.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Please leave us a review.
Yes.
Nice review. Be honest, but not too honest if you don't like anything in here.
Yeah.
And we'll be back this time next week. And remember, you can watch us on YouTube. The link's in the description of the podcast.
Yeah.
That's episode 191, Husband and Wife Senses Life, the podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye.